Hello and welcome back to another video review. Today we'll be looking at the LEGO Batboat The Penguin Pursuit. This set is 4 plus as stated in the bottom left here. And here we have our two figures, the Penguin and Batman. This set is set number 76158 and has 54 pieces. Figured this is a smaller set. I figured I'd check it out. I did get this a few years ago for Christmas and kind of just had it in my closet for a while. But hey, figured I'd review it. On the left side, or the side of the box, we just have some stuff going on. On the other side, we do have Batman. This really cool sort of art going on. Lego, the bat symbol here, and then Batman here with DC, and this sort of like building, and like there's looks like there's three buildings in this dark gray and black, which is a nice sort of build going on. On the back of the box here, we have very simplistic, the continuation of the buildings in gray and black. So LEGO, our set number. Here we have Batman, Penguin, their sort of weapons of the set, and then our two builds. So this first build here is a lot easier to build. It comes with pretty small or like bigger pieces, and then the Penguin's sort of boat there, the rubber ducky, is and a little bit more smaller pieces, a little more not as simplistic as the bat boat, but still easy to put together. Very easy to put together for younger children, obviously for the 4 plus target range. And this does note that the models do not float, so that kind of sucks as they're both boats, but hey, we'll look at the product now. And here we have the set put together. Very two basic builds going on here. We have the bat boat, which is the main sort of part of the set, and then we have the little rubber ducky for the penguin. Very, very cute. We'll look at the penguin first. So just taking him out of the cockpit here and get a better look at what's going on. There is no seat as he is a smaller character, like his feet don't move, they're stationary. He does have a little sort of steering wheel here to steer what's going on. No kind of seat or anything. He does have two searchlights in red, which are cool. And then he has a massive turbo booster at the back here with this orange translucent piece there, which is cool. There are no stickers in this set. They're all prints, so anything you see is a print. So these cool two eyes that are sort of menacing looking for the duck here, with a red piece here for the beak. It's interesting they didn't use orange, but hey, still gets the point across. Overall, this is a lot smaller than the actual bat boat and a lot more smaller pieces, as you can see here going on, but still gets the point across and is pretty cute, honestly, for the penguin. We'll look at the figures after we look at the bat boat, so we'll just toss the penguin back here. Looking at the bat boat, kind of get this down here. We got a lot more going on, so we'll get rid of Batman just for a second. We'll set him to the side. So a lot going on. This is a really cool print, I have to say, up here at the front. There is a searchlight that you can swivel around. So not 360, it bounces against the glass there. But you get the point. You wouldn't need it to search all the way back there. Just in the front there. You got these sort of two pillar-like things going on. Kind of bring this back. This main piece here, which is interesting, is like a full just one piece on its own, and then you add all the pieces on afterwards. You get these two really cool bat like wings, I would say, bat pieces here for the actual fins. And there's quite a bit of detail for such a little, not little, but small amount of pieces used for the set, as they are pretty big. We'll look at the cockpit. So at the back here, we do have these two gaping holes. I'm sure you could find a way to cover it with like little Technic pieces and stuff like that. Also, if you would be curious, I'm sure you could use this to attach it to maybe a bigger sort of thing. I'm not sure if there was another set to go with this or not, but you could use your imagination and make like a bigger boat, which would be pretty cool with these two connections there. So that's interesting. We use this little fence piece here for the back. It does not open, so if for kids, they would just take that off and the Batman will walk in. So just putting that back on. We have a blue console piece here. I've never actually seen this piece. We'll zoom in a little bit. And again, that is a print, which is cool. Interestingly enough, it is actually a different piece in the instructions, which I'll show you when we look at those. And then we have a blue seat for Batman. It's interesting it wasn't yellow or black, but hey, blue is also nice to get. And that is also here interesting enough as well. That's interesting they didn't use a black or a yellow to sort of continue with the black and yellow color scheme they have going on. Other than that, though, that is it for the actual builds. Pretty small, but pretty cute altogether. They're very simple to put together for younger children. They may still need a little bit more help, maybe with the rubber duck boat, but for the bat boat is pretty simple to put together. And here we have Batman out and on display. If you have any of the Batmans, I'm sure you have them all, but this one is particularly interesting as it does come with this bigger cape piece, which I've never seen before. So it's kind of like his glider form. If you wanted to take it out and like have him glide across the city, I'm sure you could. It is not made of like, it's made of like the stationary cloth, not the cloth that like folds down and stuff like that. So it kind of like sticks out a little bit. I'm sure with play, it's already like, it started out like this and it's already sort of starting to droop a little bit. So I'm sure as you play with this character, like when kids are playing, that'll sort of start to be like this more like. But it is really cool, and like if this came another set, like you can have them swooping through the city, like gliding, not actually flying, but like gliding down, as we see in the movies, which would be cool. He does come with a Batarang, actually two of them, right here. If it would focus, that would not focus. Batarang, and the printing is pretty simplistic. There is no printing for the legs here, but there is sort of this yellow belt and sort of muscles with the bat symbol there in yellow, which is cool. Looking at the back, that belt continues around with the muscle definition continuing. Again, there's no print on the legs, nor is there printing on the arms. The helmet here is the same we've always gotten. Taking that off, you'll notice there we get the white strip for the actual bad eyes, and then the regular sort of Bruce Wayne face there. And again, he has another face, kind of smiling or smirking, shown there. So just look at that with the helmet on. You can see there he's kind of like in happy mood. Other than that, that's it for Batman. We'll look at the Penguin in just a second. And here we have the Penguin here. I do like what they're going on with the Penguin. Very simplistic. He does have the child legs that do not move. He does come with a little umbrella there, unopened, that he just carries around. I do like the printing that they have going on for the torso, and kind of like the continuation on the legs of the light purple they have. It's sort of black over like suit with a little bit of purple inside, and then an orange and green striped sort of business suit going on with an orange tie. Quite nice there. I don't know if that will affect the video or not. And again, continuing with the sort of suit look, the like lining of the suit is actually in purple, which is cool, and then sort of a little bit of extra purple there at the top. He does not have two faces, just one, as he is bald and has a sort of top hat. So if he did have a second face, you'd be able to see it. It is nice to get another top hat, and the printing of the face is pretty cool. He gets a little glass there for over his eye. You can actually still see his eye through it, which is really cool. But that is it for the figures. We'll look at the instructions next. So looking at the instructions here, this is a smaller set, so it's a pretty small instruction manual. And because this came in a few years ago, it is a little bit different. There is no progress bar, and it is in this sort of light blue that they have going on. Just zooming out a little bit. I do want to point out what I mentioned earlier. There's a piece in here that is actually different. So here we go. So the console piece on here is white with sort of like a green screen. Keep shaking. And has buttons on the left side of it looking at it. But the actual piece here is, where is it? There we go. The screen is on the left in blue, and the buttons are on the right, and are actually more bigger which is interesting. I'm not sure if that's a printing error or what that is, but I just figured I'd point that out. It was a little confusing when I was actually building the set. I was like, where's that piece? So just something to point out. I'm not sure if that's my copy or all the copies, just something I'd mention. Because this is a 4+ set, there's not many sort of extra pieces. We do get a second batarang and then a little piece that was used for the stoplight on the bat boat. Other than that, though, that is it for the instructions. There are no stickers as well. Everything is a print. So we'll look at the final thoughts. And some final thoughts as we close the video out. This is a pretty neat little set for little children, 4 and older. Wouldn't be a set I would get myself, but as a set I've got for Christmas, it's perfectly fine and comes with 2 awesome characters. For younger children, I would highly recommend 2 sort of little builds that are relatively super easy to put together, and it would be quite fun to play with these 2 opposing forces, Batman having the bigger boat as is, and Penguin having the smaller one. Pretty cute for a little build. I love the duck eyes and the sort of duck that we have going on for him, and the bat boat is pretty cool as well. Coming in pretty cheap and being relatively easy to build, it was a pretty easy way to put, like, for a little Christmas gift or a birthday gift or just something that you would want to get your children. Overall, though, pretty great set. And that's it. If you did enjoy, though, please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. In that one, I'll be looking at one of the new Sonic the Hedgehog sets that have come out for August. Quite excited to look at that. I only got one, though, so still have to get the others. Anyway, hope you have a great day.